Okay, I wanted to start off saying a shtickle maisa, a little bit related to last time, and then I have only 7 kashas on Hanukkah. Should have 8, but then for that, the 8th one we have to wait for Zeis Hanukkah. So just the big question: people who put on Rabbeinu Tam's tefillin, there's a machlokes when you're supposed to put it on. The most mehudadik way of doing it is after davening. Okay, I said there's many shittas on it. There are shittas that say to do it during Chazaras HaShatz. Many people are moicha from doing it Chazaras HaShatz. There was one time a very chashuv yid who came to a shul that he normally doesn't daven in, and he started taking off his tefillin during Chazaras HaShatz tefillin, his regular tefillin, to put on Rabbeinu Tam. So his friend who brought him into shul was also a chashuv rav. Asks him, he says, that during Chazaras HaShatz, you're supposed to be mechaven to the shatz, you're not supposed to put on the Rabbeinu Tam tefillin. Like, what are you doing? And so he answered him, he said, there's a certain chassidim who dafka do it during Chazaras HaShatz. Don't ask kashas on my mises, because then I'm just going to answer you that it's a kasha of a misa. Anyways, so he said, by the way, Satmar also does. So he said, Rishon Haim. He said, Rishon Haim. So after this, he said, say they're Rishon because they put on films Rabbeinu Tam during Chazaras HaShatz. And afterwards, like the friendship was falling apart because he called them Rishonim for putting on tefillin during Rabbeinu Tam tefillin during Chazaras HaShatz. It's anyhow Ma'aseh Chasidus to wear Rabbeinu Tam tefillin and to say such a thing. So very upset. So he came to him afterwards. He says, "How do you say you're calling a whole group of Chassidim because they want to do one thing? You're calling them Rishonim?" So he says, "You didn't hear good. I said Rashoim Haim. They are Rashoy to do such a zach, not Rishoim Haim. So therefore, before you dance somebody on something, or whatever you want to say about the Chasidim or Litvaks or Yeshiva, like whatever it is, first thing is listen good. Zweitens is then you can make your own judgment calls. But that's the Musar Haskell. So now I'm going to ask you a question. I have many kashas on Hanukkah. I'm going to just say them as we go. We know that this is not specifically the Hanukkah. This is in general that we were created. We were created by Yetzer Hara and a Yetzer Tov, right? Seemingly 50-50, right? Problem is, how's it 50-50? Because our essence is our ruchni, right? And our physical is a guf, a body, right? And since we have taivas for our guf, and usually they are mizgaber on our ruchni, we don't get satisfaction from it. All the satisfaction we get from any taivas is coming from the ruchni part of it, right? The feeling part of it, right? So, L'maisa HaKadosh Baruch Hu put us in this world. We have Yetzer Hara and Yetzer Tov, seemingly 50-50. But then you have all the chitzonim, you have all the goyim, you have Yavan, you have Edom, you have Nittelnacht, you have all these things on the outside coming into us. So it's 2 against 1. It's not an even fight. We're bound to lose. So what do we do? So, Enechanami, it's taka problem a whole year, but Chanukah could be a little lesson from it. And the way you could see in Hanukkah, as you see that Hanukkah was, in a Ner Hanukkah you see 2 parts. One is the Pach Shemen, you have the Shemen, which is physical, and you have a wick, the Psila, which is physical, right? And then you have the Ner, which is the Ruchni part of it. Chazal use a mashal of Shalheves Begacheles, right? That's the Ruchni of it. So, by having the physical, the chomer of the psila and the shemen, and then they rose up a step on Hanukkah. Why? Because how long should the oil last? It should last 1 day. How long did it last? 8 days, right? So it means it went away from Shlitas Hazman. It went away from Olam Hazeh, from the thing that holds us down in Olam Hazeh, and brought us to a Mokem Ruchni. So we were mizgaber from our teva, our nefesh, our guf, our boundaries of being physical, whether it be in Zman, whether it be in physics, or whatever it is, went away Hanukkah because that Pach Shemin left the human Gashmi place and went up to the Ruchni. So as Man Hanukkah, even though, so to speak, the cards are stacked against us, we have the Chitzonim and we have our own personal things that could make us want to do Averis, but since Hanukkah is a Maila, lifts us up above the physical, above the Gashmi, so then we have the extra koyach to fight the Yetzer Hara, and that's why we were able to be Mizgaber on the Yevonim, and we're able to do all those gewaldige things that we could do because of the Nes Chanukah, what is being meramis to us. Thinking of Chazak, in the Arizal it says, one of the milos of Chanukah is that, and if you learn the Kavanas, it says that it's Shaloi al Yidei Baila, right? That you're able to get, in other words, we call it like a direct connect. It's coming straight from the Meichin, from the Ilamas El Yoinim, it's coming, that's the Maila of Chanukah and Purim. That's also why you say on Purim especially, that, we ask any bakashas that we want, is Man Chanukah, especially by Adlok and Neiris, and is Man Purim, any bakasha, whatever it is that we're looking for, so we could ask for it, and Rebbeinu Shalom answers all the tefillas. So, how does that? We know Arizal says that it's Shaloi al Yidei Baila. It's coming directly to us. What is the advantage of Shaloi Yidei Baila? What did I gain from it? So, Pashtus, the answer is that Rebbeinu Shalom, he sends down every day new things. Why did he put spheres in place? Why did he put in order that we should have many boundaries, misachim, right? And when you take away, so why did he put in all the boundaries? In order that we should be able to understand things better, right? Otherwise we have no understanding of anything. So he put a mesach in between. Now that he took away one of the boundaries, right? So there's less of a filter, so it's coming to us a more pure oir, that we're able to take that oir and be mila it. So basically what we're saying is that when there is another level of filter, so we lose out from that oir. If I have a very strong lampshade, right? So the light coming through is much less. So I wanted to say a chiddush, and you could all argue with me if you want, that the word mesech, is what Chazal use for separations and filters, is coming from the lashon of meseches. Every Gemara is called a mesechta, right? What does it mean a mesechta? It's lashon mesech. It's a filter. So in order for a person to reach Shleimus HaTorah, he has to go through all these mesachim, all these little filters. So I wanted to, and so what's the spitz in learning Torah is Limud HaSayid, right? So how are you going to, normally you'd say, everyone says, Shiyam ala Kreisa, you can't learn Sayid until you finished Shas, you finished all the Masechtas, you went through all the filters, then you can go to Limud HaSayid, right? But since Chanukah or Purim, we take away the Mesachim, so I'm thinking that maybe if a person wants to start learning Sayid, with Shalei al Dei Baila, there's no Mesachim, Chanukah Purim would be a good time to start. I don't know if anyone wants to argue with me in it. I'm sure over here they won't argue, but other places they would argue. Okay. Another thing I wanted to say, I'm going through my kashas. Just another observation. If you're looking at Al-Anisim, so you go through the whole Al-Anisim, the Mefarshim talk about this, and you made Rafta Esrivam till Azaydim B'Yadis Keser Secha is how many things? 8, right? And it's 8 things. The Maram is each day of the 8 days of Chanukah. And as you know, the 8th day of Chanukah is Zayis Chanukah, which is Kailel all the other days of Chanukah. so too, and as we see that also in the 8th Midah, which we say is Nachal Lahadik Ner Chanukah is Rashi Teves Noitza Chesed La'alofim, which is the 8th Midah, right? And so I'm venturing to say that Zaydim B'Yad Oiskei Teresecha, that's the tachlis of all the others. Rab B'Yad Ma'atim, all these things. So the tachlis is Zaydim B'Yad Oiskei Teresecha. And you see from there that included in every other hatzlacha and, so to speak, a win that we had is only for one reason: is Zayd and Biyadis Keser Secha. You see, what? Yeah. You count it in the Siddur. You see, first one is Rafta is Rivam, Kantas Nikmasum, Misatim, Gwarmiyat Chaloshim, Rabmiyat V'atim. It comes up to 8, and the last one is Zayd and Biyadis Keser Secha. So you see, what is the most chashuv of everything? It's lap dafka. I don't want to, if they'll quote me on it, doesn't mean the soldiers fighting in the trenches. It means Eidim b'yadas keisar secha. Those people who are screaming anti-Torah, that's the eketachlis, is to put them down. And that you see, you're learning that from the 8th day of Chanukah. You learn that from the Neitz Chesed La'alofim, that the Eke is Oiskei Torah secha, nothing else. I have a few more, but I'm not going to be able to say all of them. One other thing I just wanted to mention, that we know that Chanukah and Purim are the 2 Yom Tovim that will outlast Hayalma. That L'Asud Lavai, they'll still be around, the other Yom Tovim won't be. So, what? I think I Purim I know. I think so. It says Chanukah and Purim. Yeah, it does. I'm pretty sure. I saw it someplace. I don't remember. So I was just saying, what's the Tam HaDavar? So as you know, that the Nisim that happened, Pesach, which is mostly it's Kriyas Yamsov and the Makkas and Tziyas Mitzrayim, which is really Shavuos is like the tachlis of the other two, because that's Matan Torah. Even though we say Shmini Atzeres is the tachlis of Sukkos, but it is Pesach, Sukkot, Shavuos, or everything that happened then was Nisim. Shalai b'derech hateva. It was all l'mayla min hateva. It was a chelik of la'asud lav. It was nisim that not b'derech hateva. The nisim that happened Chanukah and Purim were nisim that happened b'derech hateva. La'asud lavai, there is nothing derech hateva. Everything is belizman, beligvul, right? We don't need those yanim tovim la'asud lavai because we are la'asud lavai. But we need a reminder that how did we get to the la'asud lavai? Through the teva. So those Yomim Tovim that had Nisim al Piteva, those we needed to have around as a reminder, La'asud Lavai, that there was once upon a time a Teva, right? And those Teva, we were able to be Maila ourselves to reach the Madrega of La'asud Lavai. I'm just going to say one more tiny thing, that, as you know, there's 3 Rashi Tevas of Nachal. One is Neitz Chesed La'alofim. One is Nafshenu Chiksul Hashem, right? And the third one is Lahadlik Ner Chanukah. And if you take the word Ratzain, which is Neitz Chesed La'alofim, is Oisiyis Ratzain, right? And it's also Oisiyis Tzinar. All 3 together. I don't know if I said this last time, I don't remember. Could be I did. But either way, I'm just saying it again anyways. That it's really, all 3 are totally Zebazeh. The first step is to be Nafshenu Chiksul Hashem, that we have a cheshik to get close to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Through that, we created Sinar, right? For what to come, the Neitz Chesed La'alofim, the Midas Harachim to come down to us. And when does that happen? By Lahadlik Ner Chanukah. And the Ratzon is Ran Lahadlik Ner Chanukah. On that note, I wish us all a very happy Chanukah.